Okay. What does it say? It says the graph shows your distance in miles from the quickie marked in relation to the time in hours that you have been walking. Write an equation to model this situation where D is the distance in miles, H is time in hours. Okay. Well, it doesn't, I think on this problem they would have done better if they gave us what the units are on the graph, but it's all right. I'll just assume what they always do. It says the graph shows your distance in miles. So this will be distance in miles on that axis. Time in hours that you've been walking. This is time in hours that we've been walking. Yeah, okay. So the x-axis is time, the y-axis is distance. Okay, and they specifically want us to use D for distance. So that'll be y. And H is hours, so that's the same as X because that's time. So you see how I identify the axes and I make sure I understand what the letters are. They want me to write an equation using D and H. I'm going to work with X and Y till I get my answer, then I'll go back to D and H. How do I know which one's which one? Well, they tell me right here, D is distance in miles, and so that's the Y because Y is the distance. And X is the hours because time is the x-axis and H is hours. Okay, so now we got to write an equation. That's what they want. So what do we do whenever they say those magic words that you love to hear, maybe, I don't know, write an equation. You love to hear those words? Write an equation. Well, you know the steps, right? It's in the notes. Again, right here in the exam 2 notes, somewhere up here, finding a linear equation. So it's all there for you. So let's go through it again. So my pen is lagging a little bit here. Find equation. Step number 1. 2 points. We need 2 points, don't we? It doesn't matter which 2 points. You can grab any 2 points you want. I'm going to grab these two. These guys look easy. This is over 0 up 6. I like things with zeros in them. Makes life easier. And this one here is over 2 up 0. So there's my 2 points. I'm just grabbing those dots off the graph. I'm grabbing 2 points that are on the graph. 0, 6 and 2, 0. Okay, and so now step 2. You know this game now. Slope equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is x1, y1, x2, y2. So y2 is 0 minus x2 is 6. y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And so what does that equal? Negative 6 over 2, which is negative 3. So the slope is negative 3. Got ourselves a slope. Step 3, you know what you do. You write the slope formula again. This time with the plane y and the plane x in the front. To find an equation, I'll write that again for you. To find an equation slope formula a second time Second time, and this time with plain X and Y in the front, right here, plain X and Y in the front. Okay, and the reason there's a plain X and Y there is we're saying we're not going to plug anything into those. Those are going to remain X and Y till the end. And so I'm just going to plug in something for slope, for Y1 and X1, right? So here we go. Let's do that. So I'm going to grab the slope right here. Boom, put it in. And then I'm going to grab Y, X1 and Y1, X1 and Y1. There they are. 0 and 6. 0 and 6. And the slope, minus 3 right here. There we go. So let's write that. And you know what step 4 is. You cross. Well, here, we're not ready for step 4, are we? Let me write that first. I'm kind of jumping the gun here. Minus 3 equals Y minus X minus, and it's going to be 6 and 0. Okay, and now you know the next step. We're going to step 4. Cross multiply. So put this over 1, diagonal, diagonal. We get, oops, minus 3 times X minus 0 is 1 times Y minus X. And then distribute. Oops, getting a little sloppy there. Minus 3X plus 0 is Y minus 6. Like that. And then finish solving for Y. Add 6 to both sides. So Y is minus 3X plus 6. All right. So we got our equation, but now we have to go back to their original numbers. What were their original? I mean, letters. Sorry, letters. Right here. X is H, Y is D. X is H, Y is D. Right? Because D is distance. Distance is the x-axis. Or, sorry, distance is the y-axis. And H is hours. That's the x-axis. Okay. X is H, Y is D. X is H, Y is D. So Y is D, X is H. So there's our equation. Distance equals, and you can put the D on the left or the right. You can write it this way if it bugs you. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing either way. Distance is minus 3H plus 6. There's the formula that we got. And is that all they wanted from us? Yep, they wanted to write the equation. So you just write that whole equation like that. You have to put the whole thing with the equal sign and everything. Sometimes they put the function with the equal sign already there for us. And sometimes they don't. So this time they haven't. So you're going to have to write in the whole thing here. D equals, I already forgot, is it minus 3H plus 6? Yeah, minus 3H plus 6. D equals minus 3H plus 6. You're going to have to write in the whole thing. Sometimes they give you the D equals already and you just do the right side, huh? But you got to pay attention to whether they have the D there. If they don't have the D there, you got to supply it. So they don't have the D there. We have to supply it. So there we go on that one.